were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. At a glance, 6'3".
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Number 42.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Quarterback on the scramble.
Well, it's not going to be a 1st down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the 1st down.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, you know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Looking downfield for Godwin. Field again. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
And 10 yards to go.
From the gun, Mayfield. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Now you talk about safety first. Gosh, for such a rare play, kind of unbelievable how many Super Bowls recently have begun with a safety. Charles, you had Tom Brady getting called for grounding against the Giants in Super Bowl 46.
Peyton Manning with the snap over his head in Super Bowl 48.
Yep, and now here's this one. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the first drive, 3-and-out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
For the ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
The 6-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the 3.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl as the Bears push further out in front. See, it seemed like they were so focused.
Sometimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you're doing. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. at their own 17.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3 yards there. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and...
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And he's going to be met at the line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Mayfield. This is the tight end fan. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Yes, sir.
Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback. And you know what a free runner turns into? What? A free hitter.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. The tackle made by Calebon Chason.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Mayfield's pass complete to number 85. It's a gain of 3. Brings up
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Mayfield on first down. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. To at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And he finds Montgomery complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mayfield to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Montgomery. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down.
To throw, Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, not only was that a great play there defensively on 3rd down, I like the execution of the scheme. Short yardage situation, but they still were able to cover him as he circled out in the backfield. Nowhere to go, and they ended up swallowing him up behind the line of scrimmage.
Out is Carlson now inside the 35-yard line. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Broncos' 33-yard.
2nd and 11. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
It's 4th down.
Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Mayfield over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Mayfield looks to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
At their own 18-yard line.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games. The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
A gain there of 21 yards. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. It hasn't been his day. It hasn't been their day to this point, but some kudos to this crowd. This is not an easy environment to play in.
And they have to be really excited because they feel like they're having an impact on the game. The visiting quarterback not playing very well, their team not doing well, they're helping their home team out. Now, if you're that quarterback, though, you got to find a way to hurt that crowd. And the only way to do that, make good plays and try and calm them down.
I'm sure he's thinking it starts right here on this drive. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
No gain on the play. Brings up third.
Now Mayfield. Throw left side complete. It's Montgomery.
Mayfield's pass.
No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all of your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. On one hand, as we look at some of his struggles with the 3 interceptions, he's got to be upset. On the other hand, they're still winning this game.
So how does he take care of the ball the rest of the game? That's what his teammates are interested in because they've picked things up for him throughout. You got to look over the defensive side, the kicking game. Those guys have made it work for him. Now his goal, not mess up anything else down the stretch.
Yeah, forget about those 3 picks. Move on. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Parnay sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bears will extend their lead. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Coup now for the point after.
For the point after.
And that will make this a 16-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Montgomery. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Shoves him aside. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
At the 15-yard line.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10. at their own 39-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
3-yard line. A gain of 4.
Here's Mayfield.
Now 2nd and 6.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
A loss of 13 yards.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Shifts by him. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
At their own 28-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up,
pressure comes and down he goes. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season of football, but it's not over yet. One half remains to decide who will stand on the podium with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And to call the second half, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the halftime, just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made to... Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears 16. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
That's good.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
$16 here for 1st and 10. Montgomery. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2nd and 12. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Bears 16, Broncos 3.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
The pass intended for Jerry Jeudy. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, You've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Back of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up second and third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They run Montgomery, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Mayfield.
Chase on. Baker Mayfield sacked. A loss of 13 yards. 3 and out.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taking on the midfield logo. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over first and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will swell the lead to 16.
Bears 19. Broncos 3.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
At their own 19-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Montgomery,
Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle.
Isaiah Rodgers. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores. When the running game worked in that situation, I would continue to go in that direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
That's good for a Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Mayfield now from the 50. It's caught on the right side. Williams.
Mayfield's pass.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bears.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
At the 37-yard line.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mayfield.
Mayfield's pass.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Mayfield down. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Dunsayy Ward.
Dunsayy Ward.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
The running back on the option. Byron Murphy on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
And they give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete.
Mayfield.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 32-yard line.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. This is the tight end Fant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 19.
Mayfield to throw it. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll keep it on the ground. Montgomery. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Montgomery. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Broncos cut into that lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Mayfield looks to throw, and they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears' first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late.
tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Xavier McKinney on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and
He'll decide to keep this once more.
Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground easily. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Baker Mayfield.
Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do.
2-yard line.
Brought down.